Hello and welcome to today's little mini yoga class. This class is for your hips and lower back. We will be flowing. As always, just have a couple of blocks handy. And for those of you who are new, hello, my name is Tonya. I am the founder of yogabytonya.com. So we are going to start today on our mats. And if you don't have a mat, don't worry. You don't have to have all the bells and whistles to do this class. But we are going to start in a child's pose. Um, Knees can be together or wide apart. You're shifting your hips back towards your heels, reaching the palms towards the top of the mat. The forehead rests down. So if this hurts your knees, just know you can come into a puppy pose, which will look something like this. If that still hurts your knees, you can roll to your back. You can also place a block underneath your forehead here. So once you settle in to this pose, whatever works best for you, you're going to take a deep, full in breath into the belly, the ribs, the chest. And then exhale, release. Two more like that on your own. Good. And then you're going to make your way into tabletop. Just taking your time. You're not ahead. You're not behind. When you get to your tabletop, your knees are hip width apart. I like big starfish hands here. You can stack your shoulders over your wrists, but for some people, they need to walk their hands a little bit wider than shoulder width. So just finding what feels natural and comfortable here. You have a nice straight spine. So notice I'm not dumping into my belly. I'm not arching my back. My shoulders aren't up by my ears. I just have a nice spine here that is nice and neutral. And then from here, you're going to begin to drop your belly. Heart and gaze move forward, cow. And then exhale, release to cat, really pressing the mat away. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. We're just over exaggerating this movement. One more. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. And then just coming into a neutral spine. And so from here, we're going to lift this right knee up. So what I want you to do here is just imagine that your spine, your lower back here is stable. So imagine there's a rod here. So you're not dumping into the belly, you're not arching. Just have a nice straight lower back here. So when you lift this right knee up, it's not going to be a big movement. If you do a big movement, you're going to dump into your lower back. So your knees are hip width apart. Lift that right knee up. And then you're just drawing circles with your knee. These are small circles, just moving the femur head in the hip socket. Reverse, go in the opposite direction. And so if you see, I'm just moving my femur head. That's all I'm moving. And then you're coming back to your tabletop. And we're just going to do inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, neutral spine. And again, on the left side, you're just lifting that knee up just a little bit and then drawing circles. And reversing, going in the opposite direction. And back to your tabletop. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale to a neutral spine. You're going to tuck your toes, lift your hips, down dog. And in your down dog, maybe you pedal your feet, shift your hips from side to side. And then bend into your knees, look to the top of the mat. As you exhale, walk or step between your hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift all the way up into extended mountain. Exhale, palms through heart center. Inhale, reach up into extended mountain. Interlace the fingers, make a pistol mudra as you exhale, reach to the right. Inhale through center, exhale to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale to a forward fold. Now, big bend in the knees, belly to thighs. You're going to let your hands be heavy, or you can just hug your thighs to your belly. Just coming into ragdoll here. Maybe you want to sway from side to side. And then inhale, half lift. So grabbing onto a block here. You can place the block on the mat. Bend into this left knee, plant the left palm down, inhale those right fingertips up towards the ceiling. So we're just in this half lift twist. And then exhale, release. Right palm down, bend into that right knee. Inhale, we're twisting it to the left. Exhale, release. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Plant the palms to the mat, walk or step to your plank, drop to the knees, the chin, chest, belly. Inhale, lifting the head and shoulders from the mat, elbows hug in. You can stay here and then maybe lift one foot and then the other, or maybe you want to lift both feet. Shoulders move away from the ears. And then you're tucking your toes, making your way to your down dog. Inhale. Stay for the exhale. And then we're going to step this left foot forward, drop the right knee down, and inhale, lifting up into your low lunge. Maybe you interlace the fingers behind the head, elbows hug in, lifting the breastbone towards the ceiling. And then exhale, releasing the right palm to the mat or block, reaching those left elbow towards the ceiling. And exhale, elbow to the outside edge of the mat or knee. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, elbow down. Inhale, up. And then exhale, plant your palms to the mat. Step the leg back. Drop to the chin, chest, belly. Inhale, lifting the head and shoulders, and then maybe the feet, locust. And then tucking your toes, making your way to your down dog. Inhale and step that right foot forward, drop the left knee down, and then you're lifting up into your low lunge. Interlace the fingers behind the head, lift the breastbone up. And then exhale, plant the left palm down and turn the chest towards the right side here. And then exhale, elbow down, inhale, lift up. I have 3 of these. And then exhale, plant the palms to the mat, step the leg back to table, drop to the chin, chest, belly. Inhale, lifting up into locust. Exhale to table, and then shift your hips back to your child's pose. And then inhale, rounding through the spine, tucking your toes. So listen, we're just gonna walk our hands back towards our feet here. And walk your feet so that they're a little bit wider than hip width. So you're gonna plant the feet to the mat and then lift all the way up into a 5-pointed star here at the back of the mat. Inhale, palms through heart center as you sit down either into goddess or malasana, and then reach all the way up. And then exhale down. So only going as far as you can or whatever's in your range of motion here. Just making sure those feet are grounded. What's important here is that you push the mat away and reach up. You have one more. And you're going to come to Tadasana at the back of the mat. Exhale, palms to heart center. Inhale. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, reaching up into extended mountain. Interlace the fingers. Exhale, reach to the right. Inhale through center. Exhale to the left. Inhale to center. Exhale, cactus the arms. Lift the breastbone up. Inhale, reach up, and exhale to a forward fold, walking the feet a little bit wider than hip width, bend into the knees, belly to thighs, head is heavy. Maybe you sway, you can also let the arms dangle here. And then inhale, half lift. You're gonna bring your block back to center here. So take a moment here. You're finding the four corners of the feet and making sure you have a good stance here. Plant the left palm to the mat. Inhale, reach those right fingertips towards the ceiling. Exhale, bring that right arm back down. Then inhale, reach back up. So these are some half windmills. You have 5 of them. And you come back to center. Inhale, lengthen, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. You can add movement or just be static. And then coming back to center here. Right palm's going to stay on your blocker mat. Inhale, left fingertips up towards the ceiling. Exhale, bring that arm back down, half windmills. Inhale, reach up. You have 5 of them. And then inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. And then go ahead and then coming to our mats. So just coming to your knees here. And let's come into Baddha Konasana. So soles of the feet together, knees wide. Grounding the sit bones, lengthening through the spine, shoulders move away from the ears. So you can stay here, or you can begin to hinge forward and come into a forward fold. And then if you're in a forward fold, you're going to lift back up. We're planting the feet to the mat. So option here, you can just use your fingers behind you to support your spine. You can lift one leg up and then the other in this boat variation. And also just come to your forearms, lift your legs up. Keep your feet planted, lift your arms up. Or you can just come into a boat. So what we're not doing, we're not concaving down. So if you're concaving down, you need to adjust. Okay? Lots of adjustments that you can do. And then from here, you're going to plant the feet down and then begin to let the spine come all the way to the mat. When you get there, you're just going to take a full body stretch. And then hug your knees to your chest. Plant the feet to the mat. If you have a block, option to put the block between your thighs. Inhale, lift your hips up into bridge. Chin lifts away from the chest. Release the hips down. Inhale, stack the knees over the hips. Exhale the knees to the right. So you can use your block here underneath your thigh, in between your thighs. If that's good. I'm going to make sure this left shoulder stays on the mat. Pocket to center. Option to plant the feet to the mat, lift the hips up just to recenter the sacrum. And stacking your knees over your hips, exhale the knees to the left. Inhale the knees back to sacrum, to center. And then hug your knees to your chest. Maybe lift the head and shoulders, tight little ball. And then exhale, releasing into your Shavasana. Picking up space here on the mat. I like to externally rotate my shoulders. Closing your eyes. Take a deep, full in breath. Stay for the exhale. Shavasana, rest pose. Beginning to add some movement to the fingers and toes. Rotate the wrist and ankles. On your next inhale, full body stretch. As you exhale, bend your knees, roll to the right side in a fetal position. And then gently press yourself up into an easy seated position. Bring your palms to your heart space, bow your head. May there be peace in your thoughts. May there be peace in your words. May there be peace in your heart. May you share that with all beings. Thank you so much for joining me with so much gratitude. Namaste. All right, and thank you so much for joining me. I hope that really helped your hips and back. If you want to support me, the best way that you can do that is to subscribe to this channel, like this video, leave a comment. All those things really help me out. And I appreciate you so much. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Looking forward to seeing you soon.